Look, we're going to go ahead and move on. There wasn't a lot going on in NFL free agency. But look, speaking of the New England Patriots and the Raiders, Tina, you had mentioned earlier in the year that Tom Brady was going to potentially be part owner of the Raiders, but it looks like it's not something held it up, or it's not going through. Explain that. What happened?
Okay, so the owners and the annual owners meeting was this weekend in Orlando, and Tom Brady's possible purchase of his minority interest in the Raiders was brought up again, and it didn't go to vote. Mark Davis, the owner of the Raiders, went in. Nobody knows what was said. Nobody knows what, because he wouldn't give a comment when he came out or anything. And so it's on hold again until the next ownership meeting in May. So based on what I've been reading, it's coming down to two things. And I think it's coming down to money, how much he's paying for the minority interest, which based on what I've read, his interest isn't what he was going. Tom, like they're the group, because he's in an overall group. There's an investment group, and Tom was going to get a 7% interest and pay for 7% interest of the 100% it took to buy the 10% interest. So he's not buying 10%. He's only going to owe 7% of what that is.
Right.
That seems to be okay. The calculations are okay. But the fact that this didn't get rubber stamped is telling me my initial thought on this is I think some owners have an issue with Tom having his contract next year to start being an analyst for Fox Sports.
Yeah.
And no team is going to want someone who's a part. I don't care if it's a limited partnership or not. They don't want someone that's going to have an interest in another team in the league coming into their facilities and getting inside information.
Right. Right.
So I think this is the big problem, and they got to somehow figure out how that's going to happen. So. I mean, it's a wait and see. Let's see what happens. It could be approved. It might be.
Is there a chance it's denied, or
it could? I mean,
really?
He's got to get 75% of the owners to agree, which there's 32 owners, so that's like 24. Yeah, 24. You need 24 owners to okay this. And that's 24 owners that are saying, okay, we're going to give you this. Now, it could be like I talked before, like the Raiders and Brady will have to put up, like, he can't talk to them about anything. Because, I mean, literally when it's limited partnership, you are in there for money. You do not have any kind of managerial roles. You don't sometimes it can be an advisory role, but all those advisory roles that he's been taking on with Mark Davis is gone. Those go away. He can't do that anymore. Could it die? There's a chance it could. If he cannot get the rest of the owners over the humps that they have on the deal, it can die. And it may just be like, okay, fine, you want to own part of the team, but you can't until you're no longer in this position.
There it is.
So he might have to take a chance. He might have to decide, do I want to be an analyst or do I want to own part of a team?
Right. And like you said, the decision might be taken out of his hands by the owners. 24 owners, incidentally, who are looking at a man that over a 20-year span has whooped their butt, and they're like, "Oh, now you want to own and potentially whoop our butt from this position? Pump your brakes, Tom. Pump your brakes."
You know what? They do need some new blood inside the NFL owners, and I think getting some of the ex-players, especially ones of Brady's talent and monetary abilities, to come in and say, "No, like that's not right. Like we shouldn't be doing that or whatever." But
listen,
it's
our owners are respectable individuals. All right. I don't want any owners doing this type of thing. All right. That's all I'm saying.
Oh man, Oh, wow.
I don't want to see it. All right.
Any chance you can get, right?
Any chance. Come on now.
Well, now, if the deal dies, I definitely want the clip. We've talked about it before. The deal dies. I want the clip of him throwing a temper tantrum on the field. That's all I got to say.
Yep, absolutely. Absolutely. We will see what is going on. Anthony talking about what's good, y'all.
Hey, Anthony.
How's it going?